is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. And here to talk about the divisional round, the second round of the NFL playoffs. It was an exciting wild card weekend. Can't wait to talk about now the divisional round, the teams that advance. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe because I do talk a lot of NFL on this channel. You don't want to miss out. Make sure to hit the bell icon down below to be notified every time I drop a new video. And guys, make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. Links down below, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Hit that. Do it right now. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the picks that I have for this week in the divisional round on the whiteboard that you see behind me. We're going to be picking the spreads. We're even going to be doing the over-unders, okay? So I can't wait to get into that. If you guys do want to know how I did last week, this is decent. I went 4-2 overall and 4-2 against the spread. All right, the two matchups that let me down, I had the Bears covering against the Saints. That didn't happen, so thank you, Bears, or not thank you. And then I had the Steelers beating the Browns, and obviously the Browns shot the world. Congrats to them. So decent week, but I think I can do better. So let's get into it. All right, here we go. We've got all four divisional games on the board here. And we're going to go ahead and start with the Saturday games and then move all the way to the Sunday games. I am also doing the over-under here, so a little added bonus for you guys. So we've got the Rams at the Packers, a -7 spread in favor of the Packers. Again, the spreads are always at the time I'm making this video. Same with the over-under, which is at 45.5. So who do I like in this matchup? And let me just say right away, Packers fans, this is a bad matchup. This is just a bad matchup for you guys. Whenever the Packers and Aaron Rodgers have to go up against physical, tough teams, tough defenses, it is just not a good matchup for them. We saw last year with the 49ers, last couple of years with the 49ers, how much Aaron Rodgers has struggled. We saw this year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a physical defense. Aaron Rodgers had his worst game of the season, and he's going to win MVP. So that's how rare a bad game is for Aaron Rodgers. And going into the playoffs, whenever people would ask me, Faiz, who do you think is the worst matchup for the Packers? I said, the Packers do not want to play the Rams and the Bucs. All right, those are the two bad matchups for them because of how physical and good those defenses are. So we've got the Rams, who made Russell Wilson look like a rookie quarterback. Like, this Rams defense is so good, folks. So good. And the only thing working against the Rams is, of course, the health of their quarterback in Jared Goff, who had to be thrust into action last week when John Wolford got knocked out. And Goff, clearly you could tell his thumb was not looking right. You could literally see on the camera, but he played and he still was able to lead them to victory. And so when I take a look at this matchup, when I take a look at the Rams, yes, Jared Goff's not healthy, but Cam Akers has been running the football really well. And he's going up against a Green Bay defense that struggled to stop the run all season long. And so this is why it's a bad matchup, because the Rams' strengths feed into the Packers' weaknesses, but it doesn't work the other way around. But the Packers do have the MVP. They do have Aaron Rodgers. So it's so tough for me to go against Aaron Rodgers. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a very tough game. It's not going to be a blowout. If you think it's a blowout here, I don't know what to tell you. Because Jalen Ramsey, he's going to be a very, very tough matchup for Devontae Adams. And the Rams overall. I mean, Aaron Donald's going to make life hell for Aaron Rodgers and that Packers offensive line. Ultimately, I got to make a pick here. And here's where I'm at in terms of the game. I still say the Packers win this game just because they've got Aaron Rodgers, who's playing at an MVP level. He is going to win the MVP. And I believe being in Lambeau is going to be the difference because the Rams are a West Coast team. They're not used to cold weather here. But I do think their defense still is able to travel, even if their offense isn't. So I'm going to say that they cover this -7. Give me the Rams to cover here. And I've got the under. I've got the under in this game, 45.5. It's going to be an ugly game, a low-scoring one. I've got the Packers winning that. Moving on to the Ravens and the Bills here. And last week, I didn't pick any upsets, and it came back to bite me. This week, I'm not making that mistake. I got some upsets for you this week, and I start right here with the Baltimore Ravens. I believe they beat the Buffalo Bills, so that would obviously mean they cover as well. Here's my reasoning. Last week against the Colts, the Bills defense almost lost the game. They couldn't stop Phillip Rivers. So now I get an upgrade at quarterback in Lamar Jackson, and this defense for the Bills is still not very good, but the defense that the Bills are facing gets better. Josh Allen goes from the Colts defense to now the Ravens defense. I get it. He's been ripping apart defenses all year, and he could certainly still do it this week. Stephon Diggs has been amazing. But just taking a look at that, I get Josh Allen going up against a better defense, and I get the Bills team going up against a better offense. So to me, I like this Ravens team. I like the way that they've been rolling. I don't think this Bills defense is going to be able to stop the run game with J.K. Dobbins, Gus the Bus Edwards, Lamar Jackson. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. And on the other side, the Ravens defense, I believe they're going to be able to at least contain Josh Allen enough to where I think they win this game. So I'm going to go with the Ravens here in the upset. And I do think this game goes over 50. I think it will be a fairly high-scoring game. So give me the Ravens there. All right, moving on here, we've got the Cleveland Browns at the Kansas City Chiefs. And the spread is -10, which is a very, very, very large spread for a playoff game. And the over-under is at a stupid 56 points, which is ridiculous. So, folks, listen, there's not going to be any rocket science involved in this analysis. I can't pick against the Kansas City Chiefs, especially when they're going up against the Cleveland Browns. No offense to the Browns. Happy for you guys. Congrats to the Browns. First playoff win in forever. First time making the playoffs in forever. This was their Super Bowl. The buck stops here. They're not going to beat the Chiefs. I mean, anything's possible, but they're not going to beat the Chiefs. The only question I have is, do they cover this 10-point spread? And here's where I'm at. The Chiefs, ending the year, they were pretty much just winning close games. And I don't know if they were bored. I don't know if there was no sense of urgency, but they were just, winning close games. So they haven't blown anybody out in a while. But I do think part of it was that they were just waiting for the playoffs. They have all their weapons healthy. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. We know Patty Mahomes, obviously what he can do. And so I believe now the horses get unleashed. We saw what Big Ben was able to do against the Browns defense, even though I guess maybe they were playing a little bit more prevent because they were up so much. But Big Ben threw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes should be able to do whatever he wants against his defense. I don't trust Baker Mayfield enough to keep up with it. They want to run the football, so when you force Baker Mayfield to throw a lot, 30, 40, 50 times, he's going to turn the football over. I still think the Kansas City Chiefs cover this 10-point spread and win this game. And finally, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. I told you guys I would start picking upsets this week, even though I've already picked one. Will I pick another one here because the Saints are favored by 3, and they were actually my pick to get and win the Super Bowl in the preseason. So I might regret this. But I got to take a look at what I'm seeing on the field right now. And listen, Saints beating the Bears doesn't say a lot. The Bears aren't a very good football team. The Bucs. This Bucs team, I believe, is a bad matchup for the Saints too. This is going to be a very close game. It's so close. I love this matchup. I can't wait to watch. But in terms of who I've got, Tom Brady versus Drew Brees, should this be on the History Channel or not? 41 versus 43. This is tough. I'm going to do it, folks. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and here's why. All right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are an incredibly good run defense. So that means that they should be able to neutralize the Saints running game with Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. That is not to say that the Saints can't use Kamara in the passing game because he's excellent there. But if you are taking away a big aspect of the Saints, which is Alvin Kamara rushing, then you are really dependent on Drew Brees, who is not the same quarterback at this stage of his career. He's retiring after the season. We know that. And I believe Drew Brees and Tom Brady, it's not close. Tom Brady's playing at a much higher level. He's got a much better, stronger arm, better deep ball. Drew Brees can only throw checkdowns. So going up against a tough defense that knows he's going to throw checkdowns versus a Tom Brady who's going up against a tough Saints defense, but we also know he went up against a tough Washington defense, and look what he still was able to do, right? 3-4 touchdowns, whatever he threw. And so I believe Tom Brady is still going to be able to do what he did last week, but can Drew Brees do what he did last week? And he went up against a decent Bears defense, so sure, you can say that, but they're not as good against the run as the Rams are. Excuse me, the Bucs are. So to me, close game, but I have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I believe in Tom Brady at this stage of his career more than Drew Brees, though I certainly wouldn't be surprised either way. So give me the Bucs here to win and cover. And I do think this game should be 51.5. That's a decent total, honestly. I could see this hitting the over. And then Cleveland, Kansas City probably hits the over. So I'm going to take a lot of overs this week. So there you have it, folks. My picks and predictions for the divisional round. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree, as always. Thanks for watching.